Why aren't you doing the streamer games? AT&T is part of the sponsors, and AT&T doesn't fuck with me. I think we all know why. Yeah, they're unanimous in their hatred for me, and I welcome their hatred. Apartheid telephone and telegraph, yeah. How come you aren't invited to these things anymore? I am. This is just the one thing that I can't do because look at that. You see that in the corner right there? They don't fuck with me. Why don't they like you? I don't know, man. Think for a second. Why could a major corporation, not like a particular political content creator who isn't necessarily like a pariah figure at all. I mean, a political content creator who gets like coverage from mainstream news in general. Just think, what could it be? Is there one issue? Because like these companies normally don't mind progressive politics. What is the one issue that causes a lot of fear in the hearts and minds and souls of every single content creator who will every now and then say something, but usually won't say anything? A company that might have maybe some R&D facilities in another country, a tiny country, a country the size of New Jersey, a country that's a small bean perhaps. Yeah, I'm talking about Belgium. AT&T has an R&D facility in Belgium, and they heard my mean words about Belgium not being a real country, and they got real offended. Don't forget they support Trump. Nah, let's be real. That's every big company supports Trump, including AT&T. That's not it. That doesn't. Most companies don't give a shit. Most American corporations don't give a shit. Like some just give extra shits about that, about Israel, and AT&T is one of them, which is surprising because normally they would shy away from making a statement like that. But there are, I guess, some companies. That will take the initiative regardless. This is a part of the game. Okay. This comes with the territory. I was talking to a friend about this. He's like, well, you beef with some companies. It's like, bro, I beef with Elon Musk. I beef with governments. It comes with the territory. This is like one of the aspects of one of the unspoken parts of doing what I do. You speak out on issues. It's going to catch a lot of flack. It's going to catch a lot of heat. And some companies are going to take the initiative and be like, no, we don't want to associate with this person because we'd rather associate with Israel, it is what it is. And I think all of that is ultimately inconsequential in the grand scheme of things because it's not going to cause me to shy away from speaking out about stuff like this. But I do know for a fact that that's precisely the reason why a lot of people do shy away from speaking about things like this. If you're ever wondering like why your favorite content creators don't say anything like that, don't come out and consistently advocate for certain things or advocate against the Trump administration actively, if you're like, what the fuck's going on? These guys are like black bagging people. This is part of the reason. You know, the Republicans buy shoes too mentality, but with Israel, it's obviously bipartisan. So this is completely inconsequential, especially because like the issues that I get to speak on every single day is far more important. Like losing opportunities here and there is nothing in comparison to the death and destruction that Palestinian people experience on a daily fucking basis. So of course this kind of stuff, or being called a fucking Nazi, being called a terrorist or whatever the fuck, like all the racialized hatred that I receive on a daily basis is ultimately nothing. It is what it is. It's just a part of the process. I am eternally grateful for being able to still even have a platform, and I'm happy that I get to have a large community of like-minded people. Roblox is CNDing this creator for exposing pedos on the platform. Wait, what? Bro, this is crazy. This is so much. What the hell? I got groomed on Roblox to catch a Robloxian finding Roblox predators. I caught Roblox the most dangerous predator. What the hell? Dude, what the hell is going on Roblox, bro? Dude, predators are so fucking insane. I mean, look, obviously they are insane. They're fucking predators. They're child predators, right? But like, they just use any and every outlet they can. Brother, what do you mean you're on Roblox? What do you mean you're in Roblox lobbies? That is insane. I guess that's where the kids are. Is that what it is? I don't know. I've never played Roblox. To this day, I have never downloaded Roblox and never played Roblox. Everybody always is yelling at me to play Roblox. I don't even know where you download it and where you play it because I am 34 years old. I mean, eventually I probably will at some point because like I said, I was going to play Dress to Impress, for example, but I don't understand it. Like my old ass doesn't even understand what Roblox is because it looks like busted Minecraft, but also at the same time, there's like every time I see something that people say is Roblox is like, there's so many different versions of it. So from the outside, I've always like tried to comprehend what it is, but it like doesn't make any sense to me because there's like shooting games in it. There are, you know, Dress to Impress is like in Roblox, right? Isn't that like they've made all of these like different games? So I don't even, in my mind, I don't even understand what the game is actually because I've seen so many different versions of it. Unfortunately, evangelical anti-porn organizations, Christian anti-porn organizations have been pointing out grooming for years. I mean, just because it's like an evangelical anti-Christian, evangelical Christian organization that's pointing it out doesn't mean it's not something that should immediately be put an end to.
Roblox is
like, what the fuck are we talking about? That's what do you mean? That's fine. I mean, they use stuff like that to obviously get a foothold and gain influence in these spaces and just open the door to like further censorship. But this is one of those things where it's like, I think, you know, the company should take initiative, except it feels like the company took initiative, but in the opposite direction where instead of taking the initiative and like banning the pedophiles or trying to create a safer universe for the children that are primarily playing Roblox, they turned around and banned the people that were calling out the predators. Like, I don't know what the hell that was about. But then again, I don't know. I don't really fully understand what it is. They banned a vigilante. Predators buy sneakers too. Well, I mean, what do I always say? There's a permission structure, and the more that permission structure expands, the more these kinds of things become normalized, whether it be predatory behavior, whether it be literally people advocating for pedophilia, which sounds fucking insane. When you say it out loud, you're like, what? What do you mean people are advocating for pedophilia? There are people who are doing that, right? So like the more people don't push back against this, the less there is any sort of social stigma surrounding these sorts of things that are utterly criminal and should be immediately cast aside. The more people feel comfortable coming out and entertaining this notion. How bad is Newsom law? Let me tell you, as someone who lives under the gruesome Governor Newsom's oblast rulership, he runs it like an iron fist. He runs this state with an iron fist, with a devastating veto pen. Not a good guy. Gavin Newsom has got to be stopped. Yeah, I see him like posting whack ass memes and shit. I just like, I don't know. Is this appealing to the libs? I feel like there's definitely libs that like Gavin Newsom now. They think he's like gruesome. I don't even know what this is. I guess he's like trying to copy Trump. He's trying to make fun of Trump, I assume. Right? That's what this is. This is like him being like, lol, this is the type of shit that you do, Trump. And it's just like, look, what do I always say? Put the policy in the bag, okay? Put the policy in the bag, little bro. Fix the housing market in the state that you are in. Defend your constituents from ICE. I'm fine with the redistricting as long as it's not redistricting done specifically so that you can have 6 additional shit lib Democrats who are just not going to fight for their own constituents and fight for the corporate oligarchs to continue dominating the American nation. We're gonna get 6 of the worst like pro-Israel Raytheon libs out of California in the new redistricting attempts, and then I'm just gonna fucking move out of this goddamn country once and for all. On his podcast, Ted Cruz, Gavin Newsom, and Dan Crenshaw are apparently the only successful podcasting politicians out there per Kylie Wilson Tharp's newsletter. The verdict with Senator Ted Cruz is 1.4 million downloads. This is Gavin Newsom. I mean, wait, that's not bad. Why is everybody doing podcasts, man? Nobody ever listens to me. Jim Clyburn has a podcast called Clyburn Chronicles. Are we fucking for real? What the hell does he talk? Okay, I gotta look this up now. What the hell could he be talking about? Podcast by Congressman James E. Clyburn. I need to hear it. What is this? Reconnecting Communities. Steve Benjamin joins Clyburn Podcast April episode. You can listen to the episode here.
Hello, this is Congressman Jim Clyburn, and I would like to welcome you to my podcast, Clyburn Chronicles. I've always been a lover of history. I see this platform as a way to connect history with the politics of today. This is so important because, as George Santayana once said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. Each episode, my guest and I will have a conversation about the...
Yeah, we're doing a Fear and collab. I fear. Fear and collab imminent, okay? Fear and Jim Clyburn. Sounds like a dude in 1973 who just got a tape recorder. I mean, he is a dude in 1973. Bro, this is so nutty to me. Once again, all these guys do is just sit around, collect cash, eat hot dogs, and never legislate at the behest of their constituents. What are we doing? Do your job, man, except his job requires him to fucking defend the corporate interests, you know? Like, what do you mean you have time to do podcasts? I do not want my legislators to have time to do podcasts. You just describe yourself. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a politician. What do you mean? Exactly. Why are you doing fuck shit? I'm supposed to be the one doing fuck shit. You're not. That's the point. Dude, this is so crazy because, like, if your CEO was doing this kind of stuff, you'd get mad. I mean, nothing would come out of it, obviously, because what are you going to do? Get mad at the CEO? Okay. But it's wild that it's like, this is what legislators are doing. This is what they're busy with. Gatekeeping influencer status is crazy. I like that we just have a perma influencer economy. That's it. We just don't have anything else. We just have influencers. Only influencing. If you're 85 years old, it doesn't matter. It's time to influence. Doesn't matter. It knows no age. For the longest time, people said, let's get the microphones away from people. And the Democratic politicians looked at that and was like, oh no, we should actually put more microphones in front of us. Oh, it's not, you're woefully ignorant to the world of CEO podcast. My old CEO had a podcast. Ugh, gross. Why are you podcasting? Do your job. Do your job. Do your fucking job. Your job is not to podcast. How long should ZOHRAN be mayor before running for president? No one who's ever run for mayor of New York has ever elevated to a higher office after that point, I think, or successfully run for president. That's number one. Number two, ZOHRAN is not a born American citizen, so he can never actually run for office, which is fine. It is what it is, you know. Ted Cruz wasn't born on U.S. soil. No, but he's technically considered a natural born U.S. citizen. Like, there are some rules around it. Like if you're born on a base or whatever, you know what I mean? White guys get to bend the rules. I mean, low key, yes. That is, I think it was George Romney, Mitt Romney's dad, who was the white boy that actually bent the rules, because he literally was not allowed to run for president, and he did. Or, well, I mean, I guess you can try to run for president. You just can't be president. Mitt Romney's dad, George Romney, famously was born in Mexico and with none of those, like, oh, you were born on a military base exemptions or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he could not have become president even if he won, because he's from the side of the Romney family that escaped to Mexico when polygamy was made illegal. Aren't criminals not supposed to be eligible? No, not at all. You can literally run for president from prison, as a matter of fact.